But the fact is that what we do with education is entirely obsolete. The teacher's role is entirely obsolete. Going from a math class to biology to 14th century France is very silly. And so we started thinking, what could it look like? And we put together people, including people like education, people like Paulo Freire and two ministers of education in Brazil, and we said, if we were to design a school from scratch, what would it look like? And so we created this school, which is called Lumiar. And Lumiar, one of them is a public school. And Lumiar says the following: let's divide this role of the teacher into two. One guy we'll call a tutor. A tutor, in the old sense of the Greek paideia sense, is look after the kid. What's happening at home, what's their moment in life, etc. But please don't teach, because the little you know compared to Google, we don't want to know. Keep that to yourself. Now, we'll bring in people who have two things: passion and expertise, and it could be their profession or not. And we use the senior citizens, which are 25% of the population, with wisdom that nobody wants anymore. So we bring them to school, and we say, teach these kids whatever you really believe in. So we have violinists teaching math. We have all kinds of things where we say, don't worry about the course material anymore. We have approximately 10 great threads that go from 2 to 17. Things like, how do we measure ourselves as humans? So there's place for math and physics and all that there. How do we express ourselves? So there's place for music and literature, but also for grammar. And then we have things that everyone has forgotten, which are probably the most important things in life. The very important things in life, we know nothing about. We know nothing about love. We know nothing about death. We know nothing about why we're here. So we need a thread in school that talks about everything we don't know. So that's a big part of what we do. Yeah. So over the years, we've started going to other things. We'd say, like, why do we have to scold the kids and say, sit down and come here and do that and so forth? We said, let's get the kids to do something we call a circle, which meets once a week. And we say, you put the rules together, and then you decide what you want to do with it. So, can you all hit yourself on the head? Sure, for a week, try. They come up with the very same rules that we had, except they're theirs. And then they have the power, which means they can and do suspend and expel kids. So that you don't, this is not just, we're not playing school, they really decide. And then in the same vein, we keep a digital mosaic, because this is not constructivist or Montessori or something. It's something where we keep the Brazilian curriculum with 600 tiles of a mosaic, which we want to expose these kids to by the time they're 17. And we follow this all the time, and we know how they're doing, and we say, no, you're not interested in this now, let's wait a year. And the kids are in groups that don't have an age category, so that a 6-year-old kid who's ready for that with an 11-year-old, that eliminates all of the gangs and the groups and all this stuff that we have in the schools in general. And they have a 0 to 100% grading, which they do themselves with an app every couple of hours, until we know they're 37% of the way we'd like them to be on this issue, so that we can send them out in the world with them knowing enough about it. And so the courses are World Cup soccer or building a bicycle, and people will sign up for a 45-day course of building a bicycle. Now, try to build a bicycle without knowing that pi is 3.1416. You can't. And try any one of you using 3.1416 for something. You don't know anymore. So this is lost, and that's what we try to do there, which is looking for wisdom in that school.